China has recently been facing rising tensions with a number of parties in the Asia-Pacific region. Foreign relations with Taiwan, the Philippines, and the United States have been growing tenser, with some actions by each country seen as escalation. Monday, Philippine Navy Chief Vice Admiral Giovanni Carlo Bicordo declared that a maritime militia would be sent to the West Philippine Sea to patrol, as reported by both the Inquirer and Deutsche Presseagentur (DPA). DPA reported more than 200 troops would be sent to disputed areas of the South China Sea, where within the 9-dash line, China has claimed territory over waters that Vietnam and the Philippines also have claims to. The Filipino patrols would be near the Spratly Islands and Scarborough Shoal, territory contested by both countries. In May, China increased its military presence at Scarborough Shoal. President Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines, during the 2016 elections, boldly promised to ride a jet ski to the contested region and plant a Philippine flag himself. He has yet to follow up on his promise, but during a publicity stunt in 2018 reported on by the Philippine Star's Interaction, his son did in fact ride a jet ski to the undisputed waters of Casiguran, a move heavily criticized by political leaders in the country. Wednesday, October 14 saw the USS Barry, a naval destroyer, sail through the Taiwan Strait. The following Thursday, China released a statement claiming the move undermined peace and stability in the region. A statement made by the U.S. Pacific Fleet said in response, the U.S. Navy will continue to fly, sail and operate anywhere international law allows. This recent naval demonstration by the U.S. comes in the wake of a commitment to an arms sale to the country of Taiwan, reported by The Hill. Newsweek reported the equipment involved includes a Lockheed Martin-developed multiple launch weapon named the M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, as well as Boeing long-range air-to-surface cruise missiles named SLAM-er, and external sensor pods for F-16 jets. Foreign Minister Zhao Lijian of China claims this sale is a violation of agreements made by the U.S. to not establish direct ties with Taiwan that favor the island country over Beijing, he said in a statement. Zhao goes on to demand that the U.S. sever its military ties with Taiwan and cancel arms sales to the country, and that the U.S. abide by the One China principle as well as the provisions of the joint community. Al Jazeera reports a statement made by Malaysian Foreign Minister Hisham Mudin Hussein calling upon China and the U.S. to engage in talks aimed at strengthening trust and managing differences. In an interview with radio host Hugh Hewitt, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo recognized this as a point of conflict with the Chinese Communist Party, going on to say, "The U.S. is going to make sure that we live up to all of the obligations that have been made to Taiwan." He also emphasized the willingness of the United States military to ensure the freedom of navigation in and around Taiwan. China's response has been aggressive. President Xi Jinping, speaking to troops in Guangdong Tuesday, instructed the troops to put all their minds and energy on preparing for war, reported by the Chinese state news agency Xinhua. CNN reports he demanded of the troops they are absolutely loyal, absolutely pure, and absolutely reliable in the face of current tensions. While it is still unknown if the armed conflict will occur in the contested waters of the Philippines, or along the Taiwan Strait, China has demonstrated in the past in disputed regions along the border of India and in the country of Tibet that it is willing to resort to the deployment and use of military troops. The current actions of the US, Taiwan, and the Philippines show no reluctance to arm themselves against China, perhaps even demonstrated provocation of the country in contested regions. With China's continued imperialist behavior and attempts at expanding its sovereignty to territories surrounding it, there is sure to come a continuation of escalation. The escalation will likely not stop until these countries come together to establish peace agreements and fair solutions to the control of the disputed territories. Meanwhile, China will sanction several major defense companies in retaliation for multi-billion-dollar U.S. arms sales to Taiwan. Lockheed Martin, Boeing Defense, Space and Security, and Raytheon were named as targets of the sanctions, as well as the U.S. individuals and entities who played an egregious role, Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian said at a regular press briefing on Monday but did not provide further details. It came in response to confirmation of a ninth U.S. arms sale to Taiwan, a self-governing democracy that Beijing considers a rogue Chinese province under its One China principle, and has never ruled out retaking control of by force. Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed the $2.37 billion purchase of the Boeing-made Harpoon coastal defense system, under the U.S.'s 1979 Taiwan Relations Act, which defines relations between the two governments and mandates the provision of defense materials and services to Taiwan. It followed last week's approval of a $1.8 billion weapons package sale, including missiles, rocket artillery, aerial reconnaissance sensors, and an August sale of 66 F-16 fighter jets. Lockheed Martin said foreign arms sales were government-to-government transactions, and all of its international sales were strictly regulated by the U.S. government. It said its China presence was limited. A spokesman for Boeing said the company remained committed to its partnership with China's aviation community. Zhao called on the U.S. to stop selling weapons to Taiwan or having military ties with it,